All right, welcome to Impact ELR News and Reviews. My name is Sean Rose. I'm here with Zach Moran, and we're going to do a brief introduction. This is our inaugural show. And so we're hoping to update people about ELR and something that Zach and I are both very passionate about. And we want to make sure that people understand it, and we want to do everything we can to keep people informed of what the current events are. So I'll let Zach introduce himself first, and then I'll come back on and we'll talk about what we're doing tonight.
Hi, folks. Yeah, Zach Moran, and I run the ELR matches up here in Western Pennsylvania and Northeast Ohio, starting at Thunder Valley. Did a little bit of stuff locally here, South Beach, but mainly at Thunder Valley. That's where we can get the distance to shoot both light and heavy. Started running those last year and hope to be able to get some more along the East Coast here.
And Zach, if you will, tell me a little bit about what ELR is.
Uh, Extended long range, extreme long range shooting. Uh, we generally start at somewhere around 1,000 yards and work out to here on the East Coast between 25, 27, maybe 2,800 yards right now is about as far as you can find uh, comfortably here on the East Coast. Maybe we'll be able to change that in the future, but we're looking at trying to standardize where your guns, which are 26 pounds and under, 338 caliber, uh, rifles are going to shoot somewhere between 1,000 yards and 2,100 for match scores. Outside of that, we're looking at bringing in the heavy guns, which are up to 50 pounds, under 50 cal and under. Uh, and those guns will run anywhere from somewhere around 12, 1,500 yards to 24, 50, almost 25 at Thunder Valley. Some of the other ranges here, I know Sean can tell you probably arena a little farther. But yeah, right here we run pretty much 2,500 yardage for heavy gun. That's pretty much ELR. You got the target. Try to get them all on there.
Yeah. Well, and so I'm Sean Rhodes. I'm like Zach said, I'm down in Georgia, and I run the I'm the match director for Deep South ELR and the head T post driver, if you will, for that. I also assist Joe Burdick in the ELR Southeast matches, and then Zach and I and several other match directors, Black Bear, ELR Southeast, Thunder Valley. We've coordinated in creating an East Coast ELR series that we're working on, and so we're working on a comprehensive set of rules and that sort of justifies the and unifies the matches so that people have more opportunities here on the East Coast for ELR. It's a sport we both love, and so we want to see it keep growing. In fact, I'm currently working as far as some current events. I'm open registration tonight for the Deep South 2026 Winter Blast. That's held down at Arena Training Facility in Blakely, Georgia. It's a wonderful facility, has a ton of different training options, but we focus on the unknown distance range. Zach, have you ever shot at Arena?
I have not been down to arena. I've been down to your pits,
Yeah.
and I've been down to the Black Bear, Moccasin, Thunder Valley, of course. That's where I've done a lot of ELR shooting. I've traveled a lot of other places for precision rifle,
Mm-hmm.
but that's pretty much just on the East Coast here for ELR.
Well, and I knew Arena hosted some PRS and NRL events, and I knew you had done that in the past. I didn't know if you'd ever had a chance to shoot one of those at Blakely at Arena or not. But it's
No,
a
I've heard a
really
lot of
cool,
things.
yeah, it's a really cool venue. It's got cabins that the shooters can stay at and all that. And so we opened that registration tonight at 5. We were Deep South focuses on newer ELR shooters. And so we opened 5 slots tonight at 5 for people who shot 3 matches or less. And then we're going to do 5 slots for people that have shot 6 or less, and then 5 for 8 or less, and then 10 for general. We're limited to 25 shooters for this match, just given the length of the daylight hours in the winter. We can't compete if you can't see, you definitely can't hit your target. So we can't compete with the daylight. Uh, I know the summer months make it a little bit easier, and that's when you see the majority of ELR matches is spring, summer, and fall because of that. But we're working on some options to possibly expand the field at Arena that's coming up and increase the number of shooters. If you want to check that out, Deep South ELR on Facebook. For what Zach was talking about, Zach, that's under Thunder Valley.
Right now it's under Thunder Valley. We'll have a schedule coming up shortly, but you'll probably see the first schedule for Thunder Valley actually coming out on one of my Facebook pages, which is East Coast ELR. That's probably going to be the best place to get your match results and your upcoming match events for hopefully not just Valley, but for Moccasin in the future, maybe, and also Black Bear. Black Bear, Jordan is going to be using that page as well.
And Jordan, you're talking about is Jordan Congdon.
Yeah, so yeah, him running Black Bear with I forget his partner's name.
Daniel Lynn, I think.
That's him. Yep. Those two there pretty much take care of the matches there at Black Bear. Great people up there, or I should say for me down there.
Yeah. That's right, up there for me. So, how Zach, how are you seeing the series? How do you envision it working this year? Just to explain to people sort of what we see on just a brief rundown. We'll get into the series in a future episode and more in depth, but a brief rundown of how the series is going to work.
We're hoping to have 8 matches, culminating at a finale at Thunder Valley this year. The finale is going to move up and down the eastern seaboard here, year to year. It would be closer to the north this year. It'd be up there in Thunder Valley, there in Coshocton, Ohio. Also, Kim Bolton, depends on. We're right on the line of the two counties, kind of fighting over which one we belong to.
So with the ELR, you can literally shoot into another county.
Pretty much, almost.
Yeah.
We're right there, on the address. One calls it Coshocton, and the other calls it Kim Bolton. But yeah, we plan on hoping to have about 2 matches at different facilities. Pitts already had the first one for the series down there in Pitts, Georgia. You ran that back here in November, I believe. Early November, you ran that one down there, and
that's right. That's right.
Same day I was down at Black Bear. Jordan ran what was also would be the second match, or they were both on the same day, but both those matches counted for the points for the series.
And how many venues will a shooter have to shoot? What are we planning on doing this year for to qualify for the finale?
We're trying to get 2 venues. So you could shoot one at Black Bear, you could shoot one at Pitts, you could shoot one at Thunder Valley. Those are going to be the main ones for, i.e., 2-day style matches. We're really even getting away from what we call 2-day series matches. Those of you that shot Thunder Valley realize we do a lot of our bigger matches. We can get them in one day, and that's what we like to do: get everybody in and out of there in a day. We're still working on finalizing some of the formats, to be able to accommodate different ranges, different venues have different challenges to overcome. So we're trying to standardize like how many targets dictate a 2-day match or a series, bigger match versus a 1-day, which would be fewer targets, fewer rounds, lower entry fees. But we're trying to find a way that we can incorporate all of these into the series, whether it be just to allow the smaller matches to count as a separate venue for those people that have a hard time making an 8 or 9 hour trip just to get another venue in. So we're still working out some of them details.
Now, if shooters and shooters could shoot all 8 matches if they want to, right? We're just going to take the 2 best scores.
We're going to take 3.
Three
if we can
scores.
if we can get eight matches plus the finale, we think it's fair to more or less say that you need to attend a third of the matches.
Sure.
that's not even making half of them. If you can make a third of them, and that's the other reason we'd like to get some of the smaller
Mhm.
1 days in there, uh, just to save some people some travel. I know, sure, we want you to get out. We want you to get out and shoot all the matches, but we also realize that's not always feasible.
Yeah.
Uh, we're trying to get it so that there's about one big series match a month, somewhere between Arena, Pitts, Black Bear, Thunder Valley. Looking at having another one in Pennsylvania to be up in North Central PA, a place called Shooter's Gauntlet. We hope to incorporate them in this year. Right now, they only go to about 14, 1,500 yards, but we're working on a plan to get them to be on 2,000 so we can incorporate light and heavy gun and get them a match up there. Those two matches, we hope to have them one Labor Day and one Memorial Day weekend.
Well, and
Uh,
I would say one of the funnest things about ELR and one of the most challenging things for match directors is how different the venues can be. If you're a shooter, it's great. You're never shooting the same place twice, even at the same venue, but they are so different, especially in the East, that it presents challenges for us as match directors, but it also makes it really rewarding for, I think, the shooters and the participants. And so we'll have a pretty good range of, I think, challenges and just different environments and terrain. And so I think it's going to be a really exciting series for our shooters over the course of 2026.
yeah, like I said, and hopefully adding like the extra ones.
Mm-hmm.
People have gotten used up here in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we pretty much shoot hillside to hillside. Uh, over valleys and uh, makes for some fun wing calls. Uh, when you look through that terrain, compared to down Georgia, guys pretty much shoot on a wide open flat.
Right. Yeah, we're
Uh,
primarily, low degree, low angle shooting. You don't have a ton of elevation. The challenge comes in more in the humidity, the mirage, and actually getting feedback on a flat terrain. That's sort of our challenging spots, and so that's what makes ELR so unique and makes it so fun. Is it's always different, no matter what. It's always different, and so we're looking forward to seeing that be hosted and we're looking at the Pitts match. We're hoping it's going to be. We haven't finalized a date yet. Like you said, it'll be the second match of the series. We had Black Bear and Pitts on November, the weekend before Veterans Day. I think it was November 7th and 8th, if I remember right this time. Had good attendance at both matches. Our great winners, great shooters. It was really fun to do. The Pitts match is probably going to be the first weekend of February. Let me double check my calendar and see. I think that's the 7th. Yeah, 7th and 8th, but we haven't confirmed it yet. That's something I'm still working with Joe to do and confirm that. But we're trying to keep it in early February, take advantage of our milder winters down here to do that. And again, that's outside of Pitts, Georgia, and you can find that on the ELR Southeast Facebook page and the ELR East Coast or East Coast ELR Facebook page.
yeah,
Um,
and I believe Thunder Valley is going to start with their uh, regional series type matches, a smaller, what we're calling smaller 30 round or less,
mhm.
uh, 1 day type matches. We're hoping to start those in March. Maybe get one in late February. It'd be a little special deal if we get that in. But March is probably going to be our first series match, and we're looking at probably April, confirming the dates with Tom Sarver over there at Thunder Valley.
All right.
But that April will probably be the first one there, and I believe Jordan is working on a March for usually around St. Patty's Day. Uh,
All
he
right.
has the unholy match there at Black Bear, and that again will be in our series as well.
Yeah, and you talk about Black Bear. That's a really unique venue to shoot at. I mean, all of them are, but that was I haven't had the chance to shoot there yet. I hope to get to shoot there either this year or next year, pretty soon. But I'm really looking forward to going to that venue.
And
Uh,
November was my first time down there, and Jordan told me what to expect, and I told him he underestimated it. It was as much talking it up as he did, he still underestimated it. It's a really fun place to shoot. you're high up on the hill and your targets are all down in the valley. The closest targets look like they're 2 miles away.
That would be fun to do. Really fun. So if you get nearby there, y'all definitely take a chance to shoot one of their events. It's a blast. So what I was going to do now, Zach, is see if there was a piece of gear or anything you want to talk about tonight that you use for ELR. ELR is sometimes unique in that the type of gear we use, a lot of it you can use in other disciplines, but there are some things that are unique. And so one of the biggest advantages of going to an ELR match is seeing what people use. And Zach, you've shot a lot of matches, you've tested a lot of stuff. Anything tonight in particular you want to point out and show us?
Uh, I don't have it with me at the moment, but yeah, I tell you what, I recently have been using the Accutac Hydro bipod. It was one of those
Oh,
ones I'm thinking, oh, this is a gimmick. It's not that good. I've always used Accutac bipods. I've used several others along the way. I've used the Atlas. I've used Warren makes nice again my PRS. And I always thought, well, bipod's a bipod. And a buddy of mine said, hey, I picked up one of these. Why don't you try it out? And man, after trying it, I really like it. Uh, they're really adjustable. It worked out really well. Places like Moccasin Valley that have your angle shots, uh, it gives you a nice wide stance. Unlike a lot of your bipods, as they extend up in height, they get narrower at the base. That one actually gets wider the more height you give it, and it'll get pretty significantly high. I mean, the challenge that I had at Black Bear was getting it low, and it does that really well. The legs have two positions as far as like a standard 90 degrees
mm-hmm.
from each other, and then they'll also lay flatter, which puts that hydro the bottom of your elevation adjustment is your fine tune elevation adjustment, I should say, is there on the hydro part of it. Lay that just about flat on the ground, and in places like uh, Black Bear, that's infinitely valuable because you're shooting deep angles. If I'm not correct, some of them were better than 12 degrees minus uh,
Yeah.
down there at the closer targets, 1,400 yardish.
Right.
But uh, and even at the farther ones, which was right around 2,100 ish, just shy of 2,100 yards, I believe. Uh, it was still like a minus 11 degrees
Wow. Yeah.
down that you're shooting. So uh, it's very versatile in that aspect. So I really like the well
Yeah.
built, sturdy equipment. Got the ski feed on it. Um, yeah, just a really good piece of equipment. I've started using in September, and uh, yeah, I was like, why did it take me so long to switch over?
Yeah.
But yeah, in ELR, you need a nice wide, sturdy base, and that getting the rifle to track straight back rather than bounce. I thought the ski feet were a big improvement on that design when they incorporated making the mother of bipods.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and I'm a big fan of Accutac as well. That's what I've used on all the way up from my PRS rifles to ELR. I'm a fan. They're built heavy. They're sturdy. I've just always been a fan of them, and so I haven't tried the hydro bipod yet. It's impressive. Everything I've seen about it is really neat. And maybe one day I'll get to try it. So it's yeah, I'm glad to hear you're using it and it's giving you that much adjustment. That is one of the huge factors in ELR. It's just having the adjustment that we need, and like you say, when life starts past 1,000 yards, that's what we're trying to do. And adjustment is a huge factor of that. And then the key thing you mentioned there, I agree 100%, is the tracking. Having that rifle track is essential, and so having a bipod that can help you do that, that's good to hear. So yeah, I appreciate you. And if any of our viewers, if any of y'all want a more in-depth look at that, comment below, let us know. We'll get Zach to do an in-depth video on it where you can see more about it. Because part of what we want to do is make sure we give as much information to y'all as possible. Um, as far as me tonight, I brought it's something we're going to use later on, but it's this little timer. And you would think, of all the sexy things you can get in ELR, this is one of the cheaper. It's a Spare Scientific SPER, and it's just a timer. Now, what is great about this is when you're on the firing line, you've got 4 or 5 minutes, whatever, to shoot. This one talks to you, and that is awesome because if you're watching your target and you're in your scope, you're listening to your spotter, chaos is reigning everywhere, you need this, right? You need to hear that voice saying, hey, you've got 30 seconds left. You've got 50 seconds left. And then at 10 seconds, it counts down 10, 9. Most of the time, I'm taking my last shot in that last 10 seconds. So I love this. When I forget it, I feel naked on the firing line. I look around for it and panic a lot of times if I don't have it. And so it's something simple. It works great, and it just really it takes a lot of stress off of you at the firing line. So highly recommend this if you're looking for a timer or looking for something, because it is awesome. All right, was that we'll start winding it up. I want to do a segment that I call bolt close. That's what starts the clock in ELR. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start this timer. I'm gonna ask you 5 quick questions. You've got 2 minutes, and then we'll call transition and we'll go to the second target. And then the second target will be me. You get to ask me 5 quick questions. All right, are you
like
ready?
fun.
You
I
understand?
am.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
And it can be ELR.
fire.
It's going to be shooting related. It may not necessarily be ELR. So here we go. All right. Bolt closed. All right, Zach, longest distance you've successfully engaged a target?
2330.
And was that in competition?
It was at Thunder Valley just last year. I decided to use my 300 Win Mag, trying to get some more competitors to shoot heavy, and I'm like, I have the extra rounds, I'll do it to encourage some other guys to go up there and try it out too. And I was holding a bunch with a 300 Win Mag at 2330, but it was fun.
All right. What bullet do you primarily use? What company?
Burger 215 burgers.
All right. What about your optic? What do you typically use?
Vortex.
Okay. Longest you've ever have you ever done any long range hunting?
I have. Man, that's actually where it all started for me, was long range hunting down in Virginia with my dad, and I was able to get a nice whitetail at just under 800 yards, like 790, on a Thanksgiving Eve down there. That was a blast with a 6.5 Creedmoor. That's about as far as I want to hunt with the 6.5 Creedmoor, mainly because I have other guns to use, and the 6.5 Creedmoor for killing whitetail size game was, the bullet never came out, but it did its job. The deer didn't go nowhere. So,
all right. Favorite hunting caliber or cartridge? Let me say cartridge.
I say I have 2 of them. Depends if I'm doing the long range stuff, probably a 300 Win Mag, and a lot of the other stuff here in Western Pennsylvania can be close and personal in the woods. That's a 45-70 guide gun. Don't leave home with it.
All right. And last question, we've got 15 seconds before the transition. What's the best caliber for PRS?
I think it's 25 Creed, but I could be biased because that's what I use.
All right. Transition, 2 minutes, your turn.
All right, Mr. Sean, what's your favorite cartridge?
For ELR, I've got so I started with a 300 PRC, and so it holds a special place in my heart just because it's a super efficient cartridge. It's good for, it's not super expensive to reload. You can find good factory brass, good factory bullets. You can push them pretty hard. I've had successful hits way out with the 300 PRC. So the closest to my heart is 300 PRC. Now, is it the most optimum for light class? No, but I think it's an excellent cartridge for people to get into ELR, and it's super competitive in light class. It gives you all you need, So
I would agree with you on that. It gets a good starting point, and then you can get into it reasonable.
Right.
Next question: reload or factory ammo?
I'll reload. Doing what we do in ELR, I started reloading for long range shooting, and it just lets you tailor your ammunition so much better for your rifle and achieve the accuracy you expect. I started out reloading for hunting, and it carried over into ELR, and so now even on stuff where there are good factory options, I still tend to reload it. So.
All righty. What about for question 3? What shooting discipline do you like best?
ELR, no question. You know, I don't like hopping around like Seabiscuit and PRS and everything. So,
Okay, I can relate. I like the same. I enjoy PRS for what it is, but at the same time, I find it a lot less or a lot more frustrating than ELR.
I respect those guys tremendously. They are amazing at what they do. It is not for me.
Favorite shooting venue?
Ooh, that's good. Moccasin Valley was my favorite, and that was mainly because I shoot at Pitts. Pitts is near my house. I'm used to this terrain. Arena is very challenging, but I'm used to that terrain. Getting to go to Moccasin Valley for a little flatlander like me was going to the mountains. You know, that
Right.
was a whole different world of shooting, and it was just beautiful to look at. You know, and so Moccasin Valley was my favorite venue. I hopefully one day I get to try them all and see if that changes. And so I
All
show
right,
we've got about 30 seconds. So
and your for number five, longest shot on game or in competition.
Uh, on game, whitetail deer, 300 PRC it was only, I think it was 301 yards. Wasn't much, you know. But that is a whole different beast when you're shooting at an animal versus a steel target.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about that sometime. That'll be
Yes, yeah,
a
we'll talk
good
about that one
topic
of these.
later.
The second part of that, in competition, I think I've hit out to 2,300 at one of the pits ones, but I'd have to go back and check. 22, 40, one of those targets right in there, I think, is as far as I've hit in light class. Um,
Oh,
so,
okay, so you
so
shot heavy, or did you started heavy? You shot heavy at one time?
I did shoot heavy at one time, and I think I think the venue, I think I only shot heavy at arena, and so I don't think I had a target that went out
Ah,
beyond that. Now I
okay.
have hit it 2 miles with that heavy rifle, but that wasn't in competition. So
Oh, okay, okay.
that's the
Fair
longest
enough.
impact I've ever had, and probably ever will have. I'm done with heavy. Those guys are crazy. So, well, Zach, I'm gonna just sum up what we. I think that was our time. The one bad thing I hate about this, to go back to that, is it doesn't have an on or off button, and it died on me because it stays on all the time. So in this one time I've used it recently, it died because you can never turn it off. So Spare Scientific, if you're listening, put an on-off switch on this. All right, quick wrap up. We've got Deep South one-day match at Arena coming up January 17th. We've got a February match for Deep South. I mean for ELR Southeast in Pitts in early February. Zach, what you got coming up?
Probably we're on hiatus until I'm hoping to get down to see you guys when you guys do pits again here, February. I'd like to make it down there. Then next will probably be uh some little stuff at Thunder Valley, and then the next one will be Black Bear, I believe in March around St. Patty's Day. Look for that information coming out.
All right,
Try to
well,
get you
perfect.
guys this stuff as soon as we can so that you guys can get a schedule together.
All right, well, that sounds great, and we'll get another show out. We're going to try to get these out every 2 weeks, and so y'all stay tuned, and hope you enjoy Impact ELR news and reviews. And so Zach, appreciate you being on tonight, and we will see you soon.
Absolutely, sounds good.